Frank James, one of my good family friends, died last week. The things that man did during his lifetime, both good and bad, will forever mark society. His family is wonderful. Growing up with all of them, it's been a wonderful experience. I took my first steps on their porch, walking between Frank and my mother. Frank and Jessie showed me how to ride a horse, the fun we had riding around together. Losing Frank is close to losing my own brother, just as it was when Jessie died years ago. Poor Frank. Jessie and he were so close. At least until Jessie was ripped away from us by that horrible coward. Frank was nowhere near being a coward. Frank fought in the Civil War and came out of it alive. He was even involved in the guerrilla warfare in his state after the war. He and his brother did some things that society frowned upon, but society didn't realize they did it to provide for their families. After the war, it was so hard for any of us to find jobs or produce much of anything on our farms. We needed money from somewhere. Frank and Jessie would go with some other boys and get some money off trains or stagecoaches. Sometimes they would go right to the bank. They never wanted to hurt anybody during their raids. It just happened sometimes, when people didn't listen to them or got in their way. Jessie died in 1882. He was at home getting ready to go out and get some money when one of his partners shot him in the back of the head. That boy who shot Jessie was such a coward. How could he do such a thing, all to attempt to collect a measly amount of money from the government? After Jessie died, Frank had no use to go on anymore. He turned himself in despite all our attempts to stop him. He was put on trial for 2 robbery murders. Thank God he was acquitted for both. He spent the rest of his life on the farm with his mother, poor Miss Zerelda. She's lost 2 of her sons and had to put them in the ground. The James brothers will both live on in our hearts forever. They will become legends and be loved by many, even though they've been called outlaws.